Y'all gonna be tripping because I'm gonna put y'all in my pocket.
Can you hear me? Because I can't hear you.
Now you can. I had the mic muted. I ain't turned the mic on. What's up, boy?
What's happening? What's happening?
On the way to go see this old punk ass doctor.
Hell yeah, bro.
Let's see if I can get my earbuds working. Somebody else trying to jump on your brother. Yes, sir. Shout out to Max Reno. Max Reno got us goddamn me connected. We can do this shit. See if my earbuds gonna work yesterday and I gotta see if these are gonna work.
Yeah, earbuds be tripping on this thing.
Nah, I wasn't using this. They just wouldn't connect to my phone yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually connected now. You know.
Once you got water roses at noon, right?
Yeah.
What's up? What you doing? Too heavy?
Shit, just got my oil change. About to go wash this dirty motherfucker.
I should have got my stuff and do my times.
4-5. What you say, fool? You ain't fucking with the What's up, Max Reno?
We live or what?
I think so, bro. I don't know.
That hoe do say live. Okay, yeah.
All right, well, shit. Yeah, so what's the question, man? Y'all know how I get down. I done told y'all this before, man.
We ain't got no
Shit.
question. Talk your shit. You the one who said it.
Okay, well, let's get to it. Everybody. Good morning. This is Manuscript in the morning. You know, this is your boy 4-5.
The reboot, bitch.
It's the reboot, bitch. We all on this digital platform. I got my man Dean Manuscript and my little big brother, Judge Too Heavy. And I am your host. 4-5, aka El Cuatro Cinco. El Diablo Asqueroso. And you're about to find out why they call me El Diablo Asqueroso. Okay, so check this out, everybody. Easter. Everybody got up and got dressed. I don't even know how this happened after COVID, how everybody got money to get new suits and shit, but everybody got up and got dressed and went down to the D.D. Jakes and the first missionaries and the missionary Baptist churches and the Presbyterians and all of that. Everybody went to go celebrate. What did I tell y'all about this last week? What did they go celebrate? What's Easter? What is the Easter supposed to be celebrating? The rise. It's supposed to be the rise of Jesus.
I went to to go celebrate P. Diddy's birthday.
Oh, P. Diddy. Well, that's even better.
That's
That's
even
even
worse.
better. Yeah, that's even better. You sitting up here and you celebrating birthdays, and you done read this book, and I told y'all the last time we talked. When you read that book, it tells you there's only 2 days you're supposed to celebrate. That's Passover and Sabbath. And if y'all don't know what them days are, I ain't got time to educate you. But let's get up on this Easter though. Easter. Who
Write
is
it
Easter
down.
really?
Write it down, y'all. If you don't know, it's Passover and what Quincy? 4-5?
Passover
Sabbath.
And the Sabbath. So write it down and look it up later. Go ahead. Go 4-5.
All right. So Easter. Who is Easter named after? Everybody knows that it relates to Ishtar,
Ishtar.
right? And then but it actually relates to the Babylonians and the Sumerians, all the way back to a queen named Semiramis. And the queen Semiramis had a husband who died, and somehow she has this baby who she has through immaculate conception, who ends up supposed to doing what? Marrying her again. This is where you get the term Mary. But today, you believe Mary. Today, you believe Mary is Jesus's mama. But that ain't what it is. So anyway,
Are you on
if
two
you want
devices? Is somebody on two devices?
Why you say that?
nah, somebody's background is going loud.
I plugged y'all into the car. Maybe that's giving y'all background noise. I plugged y'all up through the car speakers. Maybe it's fucking up.
No, it's all good. Anyway, so now when we go through and we listen to and you ask questions about Easter, right? All you got to do really is put the days together, because just like I just got through telling you, even in the word that you swear you reading, it tells you only supposed to celebrate 2 days. Birthday ain't one of them. Neither is Christmas, nor is Easter, or any of the rest of them motherfucking holidays you think they gave you so you can be off of work or sit up and look down your nose at somebody else because they not on their knees like you are praying to a sky daddy that ain't real. It just is what it is. But when you look at Easter, right? How many months is it between Easter and Christmas? Just do the count. How many months is it between Easter and Christmas? I'll do you one better. It's 9.
Ain't nobody ever thought to count how many months it is between Easter and Christmas. 4, 5, but you.
Okay, well, you count how many months it is between from the time you stuck your dick in your woman to the time your baby come out.
That's 9 months. Everybody know that.
Yeah, so how many months is it between Easter and December?
I guess it's 9.
No, it ain't no guessing. It's 9 months.
You know how to add?
I didn't count. I mean, I ain't never said.
First of all, I wasn't pregnant 9 months. I had both of my kids early.
Most women are pregnant 9 months. Come on now.
Well,
Everybody and their mama, including doctors, would tell you 9 months.
9 months. He didn't mean you personally. Okay.
So that said, yeah, you gonna have some women that get to jump up and say, I ain't doing it. I might have done it instead. Don't nobody give a shit.
So anyway, what you were saying was, if Jesus died supposedly on Easter, how can he be born again? Well, shit. That's what it tell you. He was born again.
No, that's a lie. December 25th is the birth of your Jesus. Stop lying, Rip.
What you mean?
December 25th is not the rebirth. It is about the birth of Jesus. The resurrection is the only thing that you can think of with Jesus. Jesus wasn't reborn. He resurrected on what you call Easter. But we know the truth
So you ain't
behind it.
never so you ain't never read. Well, I only heard Pastor say he was born again. So you ain't never heard nobody referred as the resurrection of Christ being born again or nothing like that. You ain't never heard that said.
The pastor say you're supposed to be born again.
I'm supposed to be born again.
Right.
You're supposed to be born again through the blood of Jesus. Now, how you gonna get that blood of Jesus if he didn't die on that cross, boy? You see how it works? See, and when you talking about the rebirth, shit, if we break that down, that's just really talking about your circulatory system. But I ain't even about to go into that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna go into that. I want you so you got up this morning on one because everybody put on their new KNG suits and they dresses Sunday, got with their families on Sunday evening, ate Easter dinners, and you was mad and wanted to talk about it and say what? I mean, you saying what?
I'm not mad. I'm just putting shit straight, baby.
Well, I
I
understand
don't get
that.
mad.
And then like you always debunking the holidays, and I thank you for that. It don't make no sense. And I seen somebody else saying something before Easter, saying like, what was the Easter and the rabbits, and you know what I'm saying, and all this shit, the purpose of the eggs, and cause bunnies don't lay eggs and all that old kind of shit. I don't know. It's a whole lot of shit you can say about it, Kinfolk. Captain Keith, I see you on there looking on YouTube, man. Appreciate you.
It's a lot that can be researched about it. You know what I'm saying? All those questions can be answered. All you gotta do is click on your goddamn Google.
It's true. I mean, you can research it. You can look into it. You can look it all up. But I mean, let's get this here. Let's get this here right. Everybody running around calling themselves God people, and they not.
They said what?
God's people, and they not. There's only one chosen bloodline, and we belong to it. And it's about time that we start standing up and recognizing the fact that we've been following a lot of the evil, wicked ways of of our oppressors. This is what they gave us. You can't worship, you can't eat, you can't drink, you can't even breathe their air unless they tell you how you gonna do it. And a lot of the ways is lies. We finding that shit out even through our diet every day. Am I right or wrong, Rip?
You right.
They told you and me to follow that little food pyramid when we was younger. And what we find out today, that's what's killing all of us. Got us all with diabetes, got us all with kidney issues, got us all with motherfucking skin issues and every other motherfucking thing else out there. And no matter how many times any one of our greatest people sit up and say, hey, I've been studying this. These are the type foods that we need to eat. These are the type things that we need to do. We need to go out there and stand on these in our yards barefooted in the sun. We need to do this. We need to do that. It sounds like what? It sounds like some old Aunt Jemima made up bullshit. Why do you think that they always make our shit sound like bullshit for 30 and 40 and 50 fucking years? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, when you look on TikTok today, how many white folks be up on TikTok trying to tell you that turmeric and paprika and all these other motherfucking little motherfucking goddamn minerals and shit like that is going to help your body? It's going to help your body and all that shit today. How is it that it's some new ass shit when our people knew all the fucking herbs? Our people know all the herbs, know how to cook all the meats, know how to cook every goddamn plant out there. But somehow, some way, when these same people who've been feeding the motherfucking world tell you, hey, we probably don't need to be eating soybeans because that shit is poisoning us. Everybody and their mama say, these niggas is lying.
What's up? What's up,
Ruben
bud?
Larry, what's good?
That my little cousin. Goddamn, he said Easter comes from the Romans. It was a fertility thing
You see?
where they soak up the eggs in the blood.
You see how that works? You see how he jumped right to the Romans? But I'm gonna ask him, and you ask him to go in and do some more research, and I'm gonna say the Romans learned their ways from the Greeks. The Greeks learned their ways from the Egyptians, and the Egyptians, when you go into it, the Egyptians ain't that far from motherfucking Babylon and Sumer. The whole fucking Easter thing comes from Ishtar. Ishtar is a queen goddess of Sumer, who is Ceramis, who you think today is Mary. I just said that shit. We don't have to rewind. I'm just letting y'all know that the young man who just now said that, he on the right track. And if any one of us is sitting up here and we talking this real deal thing, you know what I'm saying? It's only questions. And why is it whenever you take your ass to church, if you have a legitimate question, they shoot you down with you don't love Jesus?
So four
We not
five. So 4-5. What you saying all this? And I seen the question up in on Facebook and going through. It's a it, do you think as many people that's going to church as they used to? And you know what I'm saying, to understand that now I think it may just be, if people do go to church, it may just be a traditional thing for, you know what I'm saying, people going, you know what I'm saying, because they mama want them to come to church, they want them to bring their grandbabies, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, they go for their grannies to go see their grannies. They ain't seen their grannies in 2-3 months, you know what I'm saying, so they going to church to see their grannies and shit like that. Because I like, and I done told y'all and everybody who gonna see this and everything, I'm too old. I done told you, you know what I'm saying. So I'm rocking with Sky Daddy until I die. You know what I'm saying. Now you be waking me up, and I understand the shit. But like I say, I understand where, like, I'm not tripping on Christmas. I'm gonna celebrate Christmas because I want to goddamn it give my wife a gift. I want to give my sons a gift. But I'm not tripping on the fact that, you know what I'm saying, it's Christmas and I need to do this and that for the Lord, saying that. I'm not tripping on Easter and going out and buying those Easter clothes and going to church and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's a day that motherfuckers been celebrating for goddamn me their whole life. Say y'all keep it going if you want to. I'm finna put the phone in my pocket. I'm finna walk into the damn
okay.
into the doctor's office and get on this elevator and shit. But yeah, answer that.
Yeah, put us on mute. I'm about to answer it, goddammit. Look here. At some point in life, I gave y'all the analogy before, but at some point in life, you got to realize that maybe some of your traditions ain't good for you. Shit. They tell you that you can eat motherfucking ham and shit on Thanksgiving. They give you ham on Thanksgiving, on Easter, on Christmas. You eating ham, but just not goddamn 3 weeks ago, the scientists done told you ham, anything that come off that goddamn pig is a class A carcinogen. Well, tradition said you supposed to keep eating that ham on Easter and on Christmas. You gonna keep eating it? That's on you if you keep eating it. That ain't on nobody else. See, you sitting up here and you talking about God, and I try to tell people all the time, Great Spirit don't work like that, baby. It don't work like that. He gonna put out there all of the good shit that you need on this planet. Everything good that we need is right here, right now. It's the process of man that has sat up here and destroyed all of us, and we sitting up here calling it. It's the process of man that sat up here and destroyed all of us, and we sitting up here and we calling this shit facts and traditions. Well, tradition, again, tradition, a lot of times it needs to be broken. Hell, they told us plenty of times how many times. I told y'all about the story about the little girl who asked her mama why we keep cutting the end off the roast. And then they got to the great grandmama, and the great grandmama said that the roast was too damn big for their oven. That's why they cut it off the end of it. So explain to me why we still cutting the end off the roast. Because you saying it's tradition. No, that's a good ass piece of meat. I mean, it's simple shit right here. traditions, sometimes they need to be broken. It is what it is. It's plenty of time in American history. It was tradition that women who needed C-sections were just gonna die until they went all off into the hills and the foothills of Africa, and they found out that them black women was surviving at an 80% rate from C-sections. But over here in America, it was tradition that the women had to die. Shit, at some point, tradition needs to be examined. And if it's examined to where you say to yourself, well, this ain't right for us, you have to let tradition go. That's just the way the shit works.
But 4-5, we already said that, you know what I'm saying, that by us waking up now, you know what I'm saying, that we can tell our kids and our grandkids, you know what I'm saying, they'll get it. We're not going to get it. I'm 45. I'm not going to quit. How y'all doing?
That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie, Rip. You get shit at 45. You get it. Now, here's the thing. You might be right. It may be a little hard for you to give up, but I done seen you with my own two eyes change up your diet a little bit. And even at that, I mean, it may not be that overnight you're going to start eating salad, but at least you incorporating it into your diet, and you telling your kids, hey, the way I did it all these years, it ain't the way to go. And what are they doing? They incorporating the healthier aspects of life to their lives. Yeah,
Right.
There's gonna be some things while you alive that you find out, damn, I was drinking this soda my whole life and it's been tearing up my heart. I didn't even know. There's nothing wrong when you don't know.
Right.
But it is something wrong when you do know and you don't do shit about it.
Right.
So at the end of it, I don't mean no harm, and I ain't talking bad about not damn one of my people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in this goddamn diaspora too. Shit, there's plenty of shit. Look at this. This is a cigar. I be smoking these religiously because I love to smoke. It's a tradition in my family. But I tell my kids all the time, don't do what daddy do. But it's gonna be their decision on whether or not they do it.
How do you expect them to not do what you do when they see you do it?
Exactly. I'm
asking you a question, seriously.
How do you expect them to do it when you tell them not to do it, when they see the outcome of the shit you've been doing? If they see that the outcome of the shit that you've been doing wasn't conducive for your life, then you know what I'm saying? That's what your life is to your kids. Your life is a rough draft to your kids. Your kids is looking at life through you for the first at least 12 years of their life. So if they recognize a lot of shit, there may have been an ass kicking that you gave them, and they said, I ain't gonna never whip my kid's ass over this shit. There may have been some that you said, hey, this was wrong my whole life. Look, this is what ended up making my arm fall off. And they say to themselves, I ain't gonna do that shit either. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Our lives, sometimes when we are going through life, we think, hey, it's just me. It's just me. It's just me. No, not when you done bought life into this world. That your life now is a sacrifice for that life that you brought into this world. Yes, there's going to be a lot of mistakes that you made. But I guarantee you this, just like with your son right now, bro, all of the mistakes that you made, as many of them, you can tell your kids 100,000 mistakes that you make. But what do they got to do? They got to live their life too. Right. And when they start bringing life into this world and the life starts asking, they kids start asking them questions. How come you do this? Well, my daddy did it, but my daddy told me that we was never supposed to do it. And look at the outcome of everything that happened. Eventually, one of your kids is gonna jump up and say, "Hey, yeah, I can't keep doing this shit. Daddy them died doing this shit." It may not happen. I think in the society that we live in, we are so expecting things to happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? We expect things to happen at a click of a fucking button, and it don't work like that with life. It don't.
That's why I'm saying, like, these conversations be good And you know what I'm saying, they tell us for, you know what I'm saying, our kids and our grandkids or whatever, but like I ain't gonna say it's too late for us, for me.
It ain't never too late for us, bro. As long as we got a heartbeat, that's what the Great Spirit gave you. When you got introduced into this world, it's the ruach, it's the breath. That's what gave you life. And as long as you still breathing it, and as long as your heart is still pumping, any mistake that you made, it can be corrected. Now, it may be that this society won't allow you to correct a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I.e., people that go to jail, right? They hold a stigma over their life for a long ass time, but it's a lot of productive people that come out of prison, right? And then there's a lot of goddamn fools that end up coming out of prison. But goddamn it, sometime at some place, if you trip over a rock, when you come back down that goddamn road, you look at that rock and say, "Shit, I fell and busted my ass last time. I'm about to walk instead of run." Some people just gonna keep tripping over that goddamn rock, and every time you see them trip over that rock, after a while, it just be funny. I don't mean no harm at it, but this is life. This is everybody going through it. Everybody going through it. So at the end of all of this shit, when you really sitting up here and you breaking this shit down on everything, when we relating it right on back to Easter or religion or anything, you know what I'm saying? All this shit that these people keep putting up in front of our faces and trying to tell us they gave it to us. When you ain't even thinking about the fact that it was forced up on you and your people. They tell you that they gave it to you in they empire, where you ain't never had nothing given to you ever, you or your people. They tell you they give it to you, and we take it and say it's good, it's supposed to be good. And then what happened? 20, 30 years later, and the whole time your grandmama was telling you that ain't no good for you, it ain't no good for you, it ain't no good for you. 20, 30 years later, what you do? You end up finding out they lied. My grandma said they lied. But you forget about all them years you was saying grandma was a fool. All this shit come back on us. Everything come back on us. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you know better. See, ignorance is one thing. Ignorance is one thing, but once you figure it out, and once you find out, hey, I was ignorant to these facts here, but once you get those facts, ignorance is on purpose. It just is what it is.
Yeah, no, that's some real ass shit, bro. Everything you just said. Everything you just said. I'm washing my car right now. That's why I'm on mute. But keep talking.
It's all good. Shit, I need to be out there doing the same shit with you. But anyway, you know, when we breaking this shit down and we going back to facts, right? We started this shit off with Easter and shit, right? And I done already broke down the Easter and all that shit to you, and you can add in the 9 months, and you can do whatever you want to do with it. But my main goal is to have you ask questions. Ask the questions. If Easter is something that we're supposed to be celebrating, according to the books that you done put up in front of our faces, and I done read that in these books, each one of these books, they done said, no, you ain't supposed to be doing this shit. Why in the fuck are we doing it? Why in the fuck are we motherfucking so enthralled and entrapped in the fact that the wrong shit ain't the right shit? We go through this shit every day, all day. The wrong shit ain't the right shit. We work for companies where we know good and goddamn well the shit that they telling these people is wrong. It's wrong. Everything we got in this society, we don't make a goddamn thing that keep going. Everything break and fuck up. And we keep constantly believing in the same bullshit ass lie. It's good for you. This is the way it's supposed to be. This is the way life is supposed to be. You're supposed to be struggling all the time. You're supposed to be living in turmoil. And we just take it. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is what we're supposed to do. This is what we're going to do. And then somebody jump up and tell you, hey, man, this shit been wrong. This shit been wrong. Oh, this nigga the devil. He the devil. He ain't got it together. Because my mama said when we was doing this and we was doing that, yeah, your mama might have told you a lot of shit, but a lot of time when your mama, right before she died, she'll tell you, hey, baby, I was wrong. I was wrong. And your grandmama told me I was wrong when I was doing it. But I raised y'all on the wrong shit. And then what do you get to say then? Y'all never throw mama under the bus, though. Sound familiar? Nobody ever throw Mary under the bus. We ain't got no kind of proof nowhere in life, in the world, even including with Ceramis, who is Ishtar, who is Easter. She couldn't even prove that she had a baby through immaculate conception. She couldn't even prove it, but she forced her people to believe it, or she forced a people to believe it. And 25,000 years later, look at what we doing. I ain't saying that everything is wrong, ladies and gentlemen, but I damn sure ain't saying everything is right. So you can break this shit down however you want to and say, oh, 4-5 was wrong on this shit and wrong on that shit. That's good. Find out where I'm wrong, point it out to me so I can be right. That's how I live my life. If I'm wrong in doing it, I pray to the Great Spirit that he sends somebody in my life to tell me, hey, this shit been wrong, so I can be right.
You know what I think sometimes the biggest thing is people be like, you know what I'm saying? They indoctrinated so much, bro, that they be like, I'm not even gonna question the shit. And then when they hear a motherfucker that do question it, yeah, it's on some devil shit.
Yeah. 100% agree with that shit. But that has to deal with what? Tradition, right? Tradition will tell you that taking the left turn is wrong. But the only way you can get to your destination is if you take a left turn. Or what you gonna do? Keep following tradition and go around in that goddamn circle? I'll wait. Because if tradition ain't a circle, somebody got to re-educate my black ass. And this is being real about everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's a lot of shit out here that we thought was right and is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the black family. Look at the black family shit. By 18, it was a precedent that all of us had to be up out the house. Per tradition. Now today, shit. These kids turn 18 and we realize shit, we should have been kicked out the house at 18. And what we doing now? We trying to get with the kids and say, hey, look, all this money the money that you make, we're gonna figure out how we're gonna put this together. And everybody and their mama talking about term life insurance. Are they worried about what? The traditional dollar changing. Traditions. Like greenback. Tradition. Fed now is about to replace Cash App. What? Tradition. Tradition. Notice this though. Tradition only work and it's only good when the empire says traditions only work and it's good. When the empire says, oh no, this tradition that we've been on, it ain't no good. All of a sudden everybody be like, yeah, you right. You right. We gonna do it y'all's way. It's how you got the president you got. So at some point, what I'm saying to all my people is, at some point, you're going to have to recognize that blindly following tradition is ignorance, and ignorance is on purpose. That's just square biz, real shit. So anybody else that's in and on and want to talk about tradition, well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What things are traditional? We talked about that on War of the Roses, traditional marriages and shit, right? And we don't even know what the fuck a traditional marriage is. You don't even know what tradition is. You just know I've been doing it. I do it because my daddy and them did it. And because
Right.
my granddaddy and my great granddaddy did it. That's the reason why I do it. Now we ain't talking about rebuilding a car. Because traditionally you got to go through certain steps to rebuild a car. We talking about life. We talking about life. We talking about human life, where we know good and damn well it's plenty of motherfucking people out here who's following traditions or what they believe is tradition, and that shit is wrong. It's just wrong.
Nah, you
And
for sure right about that, bro. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But that goes back to what we was taught, you know what I'm saying? And shit, nigga. It's hard for motherfuckers to forget the shit that they was taught. I don't give a fuck if it was taught by a white man or not.
no, hey, but who it was taught by is of no concern, right? Who it was taught by is of no concern, but the truth is this: is that when we find out, I mean, shit, little brother, how many motherfucking traditions have we found out was wrong, and we stopped?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what you're saying is when you find out the shit's wrong, why do you keep going and shit?
Why do you keep going? That's all I'm saying. Now, all this shit that we done sat up here and we done studied and we done found out is wrong and shit like that. No, I ain't gonna lie to you, shit. We found out Christmas was wrong and Thanksgiving was wrong and shit like that. Now, but have we stopped taking the days off? Nope. Did we still get together and do congregate and shit like that? Yeah, we still do that. But we could do that on any day. That's what we done found, right?
Right.
We can do that on any day. And we done found that we not only did we find we can do that on any day, but we do it on any day. Hey, everybody, we gonna get together. This is what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
See, our tradition used to be we all go to grandma's house on a motherfucking Sunday and eat and talk and have a good time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, grandma's house don't even exist. Tradition broken. Tradition gone. Now, a lot of the times, hell, shit, things that grandma taught the family don't even exist no more.
Right.
And we sit back and we think about it and we be like, why is it like this? How come, you know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, back in the day, we used to have family reunions all the time and we used to do this and we used to do that. We don't do none of that shit no more because our society has taught us to be individualized and be separate.
Right.
Well, when the society teaches you to be some a certain way and you drop your traditions, you don't have a problem with it then. You don't have a problem with it when society tells you to drop whatever the fuck it is that your ass is sitting up here trying to keep going in your world. You don't have a problem when the empire tells you your grandmama and your granddaddy was wrong. You don't have a problem when the empire tells you you gonna do it this way.
So hold
You
on,
don't
like,
ever have a problem.
so hold on, 4-5. Like when you say like, I understand totally when you say our granny and our grandpas was wrong, but understand that nigga they only doing what they grannies and they grandpas was teaching them, and they was teaching us You know what I'm saying? Through love. They weren't teaching us, you know what I'm saying, with no malicious shit in their heart. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Right. I agree with that. I'm not
I
saying
agree
that
with
they
that.
did,
I
but what
agree
I'm
with that as
telling you
well.
is, but what I'm telling you is, and what I'm saying here is Rip, is that even with grandmama, granddaddy, great grandmama, great granddaddy teaching us certain things that we feel is right. You know what I'm saying? All I'm speaking on is Rip is tradition. Tradition sometimes can be wrong.
I agree. I agree.
And it's okay to admit that, hey, grandmama and granddaddy was wrong on giving us this pig on this day. They was wrong because now we done found out today that pig is a bad meat for us to be eating, right? Tradition gone. Tradition broken because it's destroying the fabric of who we are. All I'm speaking on is tradition. Grandmama and granddaddy wasn't wrong. How is grandmama and granddaddy wrong when they ain't doing nothing but teaching from a place of love? Like you said, grandmama and granddaddy wasn't wrong. Great grandmama, great granddaddy wasn't wrong. They came from a place of love. I'm trying to keep my blood surviving. But that's what we need to realize as a people. We in survival. We are in survival. This ain't living. This ain't what we're living is not what we doing. We are surviving.
So
Think
so
I'm bullshitting?
and what you saying that we're saying that we surviving, it's time to we in crunch time to do you think we in crunch time where we like say we're like okay even though we used to doing tradition for 40 years however nigga we in crunch time, you know what I'm saying, so it's time for us to start pushing that to the side.
The thing is to me, I think
Right.
is the thing is to me is I think is when we figure out that tradition is wrong, you know what I'm saying? And we need to take that shit home and really practice the right shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like outside, we gonna be like, oh well, yeah, we know Christmas ain't right. Niggas don't go out there and buy nothing for Christmas. Don't do this. Whoop, 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 whoop. But inside your household, you still celebrating that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Motherfuckers still got the Christmas trees up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it is tradition, and they not gonna break that shit.
And what is it? I'm glad you brought up Christmas and the Christmas tree because it clearly tells you to be wary of those who adorn the pine in their house. It tells you that in the Bible. So everybody decorating the pine in your house on the December 25th,
I,
you's the evil one.
I have never heard that, and see, and that's the shit that Christian preachers. Now I've been going to church since I was a small boy. You know what I'm saying? And never have I heard that. I don't even know where to go find that at.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put. I'm gonna tell you the truth because about everything. But check this out.
4-5.
This
4-5. I don't never think you lying,
Yeah,
kinfolk.
no. I know that, bro. I know that. All I'm gonna say, I'm just adding to what you talking about here. Let me go. Let me go in for this. God damn it. But anyway, you know the song "Silver and Gold," "Silver and Gold," bro. That's a song. That's a song for the holidays. Silver and gold, silver and gold. That shit is talking about the Bible. Bible clearly tells you in there, beware of those who adorn the pine with silver and gold. They are evil. They are taking the pine in their house and decorating it with silver and gold. What do you do with a pine Christmas tree? I keep telling you, and I'm going to keep saying this shit. No way do you participate in an empire. And if you are the slave in the empire, there is no way in hell that the king of the empire is going to tell all of his immediate servants, tell all the slaves the right shit to do. They're not going to happen. It's not gonna happen. This is not your empire. They not gonna tell you the right shit to do. As a matter of fact, the right shit that you're supposed to be doing, guess what they gonna do? They
They gonna
gonna
tell
make
you it's
sure
wrong, right? It's
they
gonna
gonna
be
tell you that
backwards.
it's wrong. It's gonna be backwards. It's gonna be evil. It's gonna be the devil. It's gonna be everything but what is supposed to be right for you.
That's a word.
And anybody who find out the truth, and start trying to tell they people, you know what they do? They throw them up under the bus, especially our own people. We are famous for this shit. Knowing that a brother that was telling the fucking truth, and what happened? We put him up on the cross. Sacrifice his motherfucking ass. Don't have a problem doing it. Just take away the cross and put in bullets.
Ain't nothing white good for you, huh?
What you say, Jules?
I said ain't nothing white good for you. Look, sugar bad, salt bad, mayonnaise bad.
White potatoes bad. White rice bad.
Damn.
White bread bad.
I'm sitting there in the doctor's office. I'm gonna ask him, say, man.
Yeah. That's square biz, man. When we sitting up here and we putting 2 and 2 together, making 4, and knowing good and damn well we put 2 and 2 together, we sometimes see 5. Shit. Somebody tell you that shit. What? Then that's what we do every fucking time. Somebody say to you 1 + 1 = 3. And you say, yeah, you's a damn fool. But you look at you and your wife, and when you had a baby, is it still just 2 of y'all?
3.
Shit. It's simple arithmetic, goddamn. But we don't ever fucking think about none of that shit. We just take it for granted what was told to us. Because we are up under this motherfucking what's that? I forget that doctor's name, but she said it well. She calls it it's something in the form of postpartum slavery syndrome, postpartum slavery syndrome. That's what the fuck we suffering from. Master said this is good for us. We's gonna do it. Master said we ain't supposed to eat this. We's not gonna eat it. Master said. Master said so much that you even think about this. You even called your goddaddy Master.
They never called him Master. Well, I heard it.
You did it with them.
Yeah, I've heard him say that before. I ain't never personally, but I ain't never thought to say like I wouldn't. But yeah, I've heard him say that before.
Shit, they even say it in one of the Islam Master of Worlds.
What's going on?
Don't even think about it. All this shit that been laid on us, and it be wrong. They done told us that it was right, and we done sat up here and we fight for it too. We'll fight other people who look exactly like us and say they said it was right, therefore it's right, and you better shut up, lest we kill you, because we ain't got no problem doing that.
Right.
We ain't got no problem killing each other off. And they know it, and they capitalize on it. That's the reason why they let all these little dummy rappers push us into oblivion. If I'm wrong on that, explain. Shit, some of these rappers that we got out here today, everybody putting on the greatest of all time list and shit, these motherfuckers ain't even reached 25 years old. And they got millions of people listening to them. I shot up Dirty Dope on the block yesterday. I done snorted up all the cocaine, and then I sold some. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, what 8Ball say? Everybody know that everybody done sold dope. Tell us something new. Tell us something different. Tell us what's going to perpetuate us as a people. And every time one of them get up there to say it or tell everybody, hey, this shit is wrong. I was wrong on this shit. Look at how quickly they try to throw them up under the bus. It's only that today that we start seeing that we saving our own people. You know what I'm saying? It's only today, and the ones that get saved, it's only a few, and we need to be saving the masses. It's what we do, man. We'll sit up and we'll, huh?
I was just gonna say you talking some real shit, bro. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just sad that we have to have these same conversations over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, this is the way I look at it right here. You know what I'm saying? That's a great spirits work. You know what I'm saying? Everything go in circles, as do tradition. Some be bad circles, some be good circles. You know what I'm saying? But if we keep hitting that, it's just like digging a tunnel, right? Every day, if me and you was tunnel diggers, we'd be like, God damn, I pulled out 3 tons of dirt yesterday. You did. I pulled out 6 yesterday. God damn. Every day, we mad as a motherfucker digging out this dirt. Until what happens? Eventually, ain't no goddamn dirt to dig. You done made a whole tunnel. Now you done widening it out. Now cars and trains and shit is going through the fucking mountain. Sometimes you can't move the mountain. Sometimes you can. It's your faith, though. It's what you believing in, and the biggest problem is that they took our faith out of us and put it elsewhere. We looking in the sky. We looking at everything else and saying there's got to be some savior and some safety in everything else outside of myself. That's why we be so ready to go to everybody else to get some shit.
Right.
That's just why. I mean, how many times, little brother, we gone to some events and been out there vending and shit, and it invariably, this is why one of the reasons why I stopped going out there so much, because invariably there's a conversation that ends up going on. This is why I don't want to deal with no black folks. This is why I don't want to do with the black folks. Don't even know why you saying this shit. You don't even know why you saying this shit. There is not one of us owns a manufacturing plant to process cotton to make a t-shirt. Not one of us own a motherfucking, and if we do, they make sure that if one of us owns a ranch who's making beef, that beef is hard as fuck to go get sold at the store. And anytime one of us is out there on the street on the corner selling some shit, saying, "Hey, this would be good. This is good for you," they treat it like snake oil. This is ingrained in us through what? Tradition. It used to be that when a motherfucker said it was the real McCoy, it used to mean that the product that you had was A+ certified. People don't know that Elijah McCoy was black. Now they don't even use that terminology today. You can't even, huh?
Nothing.
Oh, you can't even say I mean, shit. What product do you have today is just A1, A+, and you ain't got to worry about it again. Shit, you get a car. What you got to do with that car? Repair that bitch in 3 months after you done bought it brand new. You get a house. Stay in that motherfucker for 5 years. See if you ain't got to do some shit with some plumbing. I bet you got to get your ass out there, cut that grass. Shit, man. Everything we got ain't shit autonomous, but we want to push buttons all the goddamn time and make shit happen. This is tradition. And tradition is fucking us. It been fucking us. We been wrong. We been all outside wrong. And when you get somebody that's telling you, hey man, we've been wrong, we got to do we need to push this shit in a different direction to do right. If that motherfucker ain't doing nothing but talking, let that motherfucker talk. Cause talking eventually gonna lead to somebody saying, man, either I need to get away from this motherfucker, or shit, what this nigga saying is right. I'm gonna go home and apply some of this shit to the house. or whatever you do, god damn it, start paying attention to the shit that these motherfuckers is giving out to us. Cause they be quick to tell you, oh no, go and go do this. This is the right way to go. This is where you should go. This is what you should do. They be quick to tell us to do this shit to the point where we'll believe it. Shit, Hitler even said, if you keep telling the masses a lie, they'll believe it's the truth after a while.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
This is tradition, man. This is tradition. Somebody knew that shit was backwards and fucked up. Man, it make my skin itch when I eat this shit. But I kept giving it to my kids. My kids don't look like they itching. Nah, because your kids is a product of your DNA. Your DNA got destroyed by eating that shit. And now your kids have done what? You think they got an immunity to it. No, they don't. They ain't got no goddamn immunity to it. Wait till they start having kids and one of them come out a midget. And you ain't got no history of that shit in your family. You ain't got no history of mental illnesses or nothing, no kind of crazy ass shit like that in your family. And all of a sudden you got kids with all kind of shit. And you don't know why.
Right.
Tradition. Following the shit that they done told us to do.
I see Kitty face.
What'd you say?
I said we see Kitty face on here, but I don't see her talking here.
I'm 4-5 been talking. It's hard to get a word in when this nigga talking. Hell.
I didn't know he was in here.
Man, I'm in here. I'm walking around because I'm trying to make sure that I get ready for our show. But I'm here. I'm present.
I'm ready for show. Fucking working, man, doing some all kinds of shit right now.
Well, that's kind of what I was doing. I'm listening though. I'm engaged in the conversation. Yeah, honestly, just found out that I was and Rip had let me in. But nah, what you saying, right? I agree with him. I will say on behalf of us saying, you know, us talking about how black folks is. This why I don't fuck with black folks. A lot of black folks done fucked it up.
Yeah. Following in behind, hey, I'm gonna follow in behind what the empire told me to do to screw my people over. And that's why black folk don't trust each other now. Cause every time one of us get to a point where we looking like we done made it in this evil ass motherfucker, what happens? That motherfucker becomes a gatekeeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing you know, all the shit that we thought we was gonna get good out of it, guess what? We don't get a goddamn thing out of it.
I think
it's only good for that one motherfucker.
Gatekeeping has a lot to do with jealousy. People don't want you to take what people don't want to teach you something, you learn it and you do better than them. To them, that's a failure. A lot of people have egotistical ass issues.
Agreed on that shit. I agree with that. 1000%. Motherfuckers will sit up and have I agree with you on that, but I'm adding to gatekeeping. You know what I'm saying? If you notice some shit, especially like today, you know what I'm saying? You can see that there's a changing of a guard going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's always the case, right? It's a motherfucker who's been holding the gate. You can't get in, but you can. You can't get in, but you can. You can't get in unless you do something strange for a piece of change. But then you can, right? And then somebody get mad and they get to pitching a bitch and shit. This whole system fucked up. And that's all they doing is just trying to replace the gatekeeper. And when they get up in there, it's gonna be a goddamn problem too. We ain't figured out that we holding gates to shit that don't hold up. We ain't figured it out yet. We put up on pedestals niggas who make fucking bread and shit. We done this shit so much that our own women are literally losing their mind behind trying to catch up with or get with somebody who they think is motherfucking prominent in society, so they can get what they want to out of them.
I mean, can you blame them though?
Yeah, I can blame them because there's something
How?
wrong with us when we don't want to build. Instead, all we want to do is motherfucking take. It's something wrong with us. I ain't just talking about women. I'm talking about all of us. It's something wrong with us when we see something and we don't want to go get it for ourselves. Instead, we'll sit there and wait for this motherfucker to get it and try to figure out how we gonna finesse the nigga up out of his shit.
Hmm.
2 times.
And then want to be considered, then want to be looked at as we are viable human beings and shit. And you sitting up there toiling in shit all day long, doing shitty shit, and then you want to be treated like your ass is clean. Fuck out of here, man.
Well, I can agree with that because that done been done to me quite a few times.
Yeah, it's been done to you. It's been done to everybody on this goddamn podcast. It's been done to everybody. Well, what I'm saying is we need to stop that fucking mentality.
I mean,
That's fucking ignorant. You can't
yelling at
look
the
if
wrong
I
people,
make it.
though, bro.
Look here, if I make it, when I make it, whatever the case may be, whatever word you want to use, but if I make it and I make $1 billion and I get with a woman, she should be trying to figure out my goal as to why I got this $1 billion. Not only that, but if I'm telling her, look, I got this billion, but I'm wanting to get everybody up on this same level, so don't nobody have to ask me for shit. She should be jumping her ass up in that motherfucking game plan, trying to figure out how in the fuck can we make sure everybody else got $1 billion too. But she not thinking like that. And see, when I say she, I'm talking about all of us. Y'all be too quick to jump on the male female shit. We talking about all of us. You see, one nigga make it, every nigga out there trying to figure out how can I rob his chain? How can I snatch some money from him? How can I sit up here and tell this nigga, hey man, I got this business over here that I'm trying to make, but the truth is you just trying to con this nigga out of $50,000.
But
How many times do we see this shit? We see this shit religiously. He get some money. We see this shit religiously with athletes and everything else. Some of them motherfuckers be really coming out with good intentions. I'm really trying to make some shit pop for my people. And get screwed over in the process with people looking just like us.
Well, our people are a jealous heart people. Our people really are jealous heart. I don't. It's not.
But that's no excuse.
I came across that wasn't jealous hearted. I ain't came across too many black people who didn't want to see you make it just because you're my sister, just because you're my brother. I ain't never came across too many black people that rooted on they black people without an agenda. You know, we're talking about, I guess, the physicality of the whole situation, but we got to go deeper. We got to go below the surface. We got to get into our people's mentals. Our people are fucked up.
Right. That's what I've been saying the entire time. We fucked up through all kind of shit. It ain't just traditions. We fucked up over and a lot of it has to deal with tradition, right? We fuck ourselves over for green paper. We will fuck any one of us over.
Much value here in a little bit.
Exactly. And we will sit up here and we'll destroy each other over this fucking shit. Because here, the empire has deemed it necessary that we need it because we can't do no commerce without they shit. But the truth is we can. Somebody bring up bartering, then all of a sudden, you know what niggas do? Turn their nose up. Like they got something. You ain't got shit.
Our record
you can have $1 billion today.
Look. Our record with each other is tainted. I'm gonna be real with you. I'll go fuck with some white people on some business shit before I do my own people.
Right. I just said I bought that up too before you hopped in. That shit's real, but that's traditional shit. That's traditional shit because we are fashioned into believing there's no way we could do this shit ourselves.
I feel you.
There's no way we can go and reach out and go get this help elsewhere.
You right, and when we did do it, they destroyed our stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it,
Every time,
so
every
like
time.
so we had examples and we had, you know what I'm saying, communities where we were self-sufficient, but you know what I'm saying, that they didn't want that. You know what
That's
I'm
why
saying?
these folks don't want these folks teaching our kids
Right,
Black history. That's why they want that shit taken out of the curriculum. Because
right.
then we're gonna find out, or a lot of white kids who now are, you know what I'm saying, friendly with Black people are gonna find out what they people really like.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
And
they
that's it.
trying to take it out the curriculum. Because like Rip said, we had all shit. These folks, there's more than just Rosewood that got destroyed, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. We know that.
Yeah, it was communities all over wherever we set up it. They had us.
They came through and they destroyed him with that tour.
Anytime.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Melvin Herkowitz and
Dr.
W.E.B. Du Bois. Yeah, we know about it. You know what I'm saying? And we know what's going on. We know what's happened to us and everything else. But see, this is our problem. This is what I feel like our problem is that we'll have the history, we'll have the documentation, we'll have the proof that the shit was done to us backwards, fucked up, and wrong. And we'll still follow the wrong shit.
Because they make it so easy for us now, 4-5, like it's convenience, you know what I'm saying? First off, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people in our communities, you know what I'm saying, we're not wealthy, you know what I'm saying, so it's convenience and what we can afford, and they make that shit, you know what I'm saying, so affordable, and the bullshit so easily accessible. So like, what can we do, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't have, you know what I'm saying, great credit, money in the bank, you know what I'm saying, and a vehicle to drive to wherever the best grocery store is at. So like,
right.
So, but what do we do have?
Implemented and built into communities. They build new communities and don't put nothing but bullshit in them. Williams Chickens and Family Dollars. That's all it's gonna
Right.
build in this new goddamn me. I see them building hoods all over the South Side where I stay. They building all these new pretty houses and shit, but ain't nothing around them but Family Dollars, Dollar Trees, and Williams Chickens. That's it.
And you know what else I've been peeping? When they build these neighborhoods, if you notice something, they ain't got no yards worth of shit. So you can't go. So you have to depend on that bullshit that's around the corner. So you have to depend on Family Dollar, Dollar General, and motherfucking Williams Chicken. You don't have a yard big enough for you to go out there and go grow some tomatoes.
Well,
You don't have a yard big enough for you to go out there and have a chicken.
Land. Our people be thinking they made it because they bought a fucking house. You need to buy some motherfucking land.
They're just trying to buy a house. They're not even trying to buy that. I think the people who's going to buy off into these communities that they build in the hood or whatever, that's not even in their psyche, 4-5. You know what I'm saying? They ain't worried about no motherfucking goddamn meat.
Because because we are worried about survival. When you worried about survival, you can't think about, hey, maybe I need to go ahead and plant this shit this summer. When you worried about every day, think about what you just said, right? Every day when you wake up, you gotta worry about, how am I gonna keep this water and these lights on and this roof over the head, right? Them 3 bills right there that just destroyed your whole entire motherfucking 2 weeks of work. And now they done made it to where those 3 bills have destroyed your whole month's worth of work.
Pretty much.
It tell you in the word. Hey, I love this shit. That's why, because I know I done read it. And when I say it to you, you gonna say, damn, this shit is true. A loaf of bread is gonna be a day's worth of work.
Shit, already is. Fuck you mean.
And this is where we at with the shit. And the only thing that would ever change it is if we just step up and say, hey, look, we ain't gonna keep on doing this shit this way. You think I'm bullshitting? Every time black folks in this motherfucker say, we don't keep doing this shit this way, what happened?
You know what though?
They don't change it right then and there. They ain't gonna change it right then and there. But they start, the radar start going. These niggas are thinking about this shit. We gotta distract them. When the distractions don't work, they like shit. We gotta do something. We got okay. And then at the last minute, this is what they do. They give you this much, and you think that you done got the whole world. I ain't got shit. I think I'm bullshitting. Wait till this motherfucker, because it ain't nothing but about a week or two away when they start flipping this currency over. Niggas start realizing you can't just exchange. I just can't go down the street and give $1 for a fucking cigar.
So what we gonna do? I hadn't paid it much attention. I see.
Better start paying it some attention.
I told y'all about this shit before COVID started. Damn near 4 years ago. I know I told y'all about this shit, and it's coming. It's been here. Y'all knew. Y'all should have known it when you started being when that motherfuckers introduced Cash App, and you started realizing, oh, I can just send my brother 50 cents. We should have known then.
The crazy thing though is everybody's getting in trouble with Bitcoin and all the other currencies though. That's interesting to me.
Here's why. It's because nobody has asked this question. What is Bitcoin and all of these cryptocurrencies backed by?
Right.
See, your green dollar was backed by oil. It used to be backed by silver and gold until they got rid of the gold standard. And then they flipped it over to oil, fiat currency and shit, right? And nobody can explain to you what is Bitcoin, what's backing Bitcoin outside of somebody else's American dollar.
I was putting on some clothes so I can head outside. This is why I love my family. This is what we got going on down here in the country. This right here, a whole board. My auntie lives in this. This is a mini fucking mansion in the inside. I would show you inside, but I ain't gonna go in there. But yeah, next time motherfuckers go to joking about me being a country house, I'm walking on my family's land. This is legacy right here. Then you was talking about we have to be self-sufficient. My auntie got a whole motherfucking chicken coop over there.
Yeah, show it to her.
You ain't out there like cooking kidney. We don't have
the chickens yet. She's getting my
don't start that shit, Rip. Because see, here's the thing. This is the thing right here. This is the thing right here.
What black people do?
Hey, Kitty.
Exactly what Rip doing.
I want to see you guys.
My auntie did this.
I'm just saying I want to see you on TikTok, goddamn me plugging a chicken.
Yeah, that's a whole chicken coop right there.
Hey, but no, this is what we need to do. We need
$9.
See, and what Kitty is talking about right there. See, when Kitty can tell you, hey, look, this is my people's legacy out here. You know what we all need to be doing? Loading up to figure out, hey, how can we, it's going to be about 20 of us that's going to come out there and help you clean up that land over the weekend. And we're going to keep doing this for about 3 months until everything's cleaned up. And y'all figure out what y'all going to fucking start supplying everybody with. Well, we ain't going to do nothing. We can't do nothing but grow.
Folks don't see it like that.
Right.
I'm losing my connection.
Right. Yeah, but even if nothing else, Rip, what we could do is everybody could load up and say, you know what, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna plant a bunch of motherfucking sack potatoes, and we're gonna have them all on Kitty land, right? But within goddamn 6 months, we've been and had goddamn 17 tons of potatoes. We sell them motherfuckers. Sacks of potatoes, $5, nigga. And we not doing, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is that as soon as somebody says something about this shit, that all niggas hear is it's gonna be some work. It's gonna be some work to do this. Yeah, that's all y'all hear is it's gonna be some work. Yeah, it's gonna be some work. Yeah, it's gonna be some work. But guess what? When we get done in 6 months, we gonna have 17 tons of potatoes, and there's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers hungry. Ain't nobody thinking, man. Ain't nobody thinking, but I'm very thankful that you show me that, Kitty, because you tell your people this nigga 4-5 gonna pop up out here sometime. Because if I can't do nothing else but learn how to raise a chicken right,
I scared you. I'm
4-5,
you see what I'm saying?
I'm on the podcast right
4-5,
now. And I was just
4-5.
showing them
You oughta
just
ride
talking
down.
about how people go get them a house and
Kitty,
the new
push,
houses that they building
Kitty,
now.
push mute.
4-5, you ought to ride down there with us, and I think we're going down there in July. You know what I'm saying? We going, my folks right down there with Kitty, my girl folks right down there. We going down there. We're gonna probably be down in a few days. I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? You can jump in the car with us. Goddamn it, ride down there and do some shit. Kitty, I thought
Hell
about
yeah.
you. I thought about you last night. I know we're gonna be down there this summer. We do our family reunion, and Shanika, you know very well. You know, so that's where I met your mom at the first time we were down. I think we were down there for a funeral then, though, when I met your mama. But
Hell yeah, I'll go with y'all, man, because I want to go out to these places. You know what I'm saying? Because my old man, he got some land out there in Louisiana, headed out there towards the Blackbird Mound. You know what I'm saying? And then my great aunt is living in a house that our family's wood mill built. You understand what I'm saying? Like these are places that we need to be getting back to. I need to go out to y'all's people's places and see this shit. How are y'all making some shit work? Because maybe I can implement this shit on my property. You understand what I'm saying? We need to be fucking doing this shit, bro. I'm not gonna be out there, you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like all of us need to be, all of us, just like with what you just said, Rip. Hey, man, my family them got a family reunion, but 4-5, I want you to come so you can come and see this shit, see what everybody out here doing. Right, nigga. Do you know what else need to happen? The next time we got a family reunion and it's on somebody's property, need to bring Rip them. Y'all come out here and see what we doing on our land. So maybe y'all need to implement it on yours. You see what I'm saying? It ain't hard, man. It ain't hard. The only problem that we got is that as soon as we hear, just like I said, as soon as we hear it's gonna take some work, all of a sudden shit changes.
Yeah, we don't want to work. We don't want to work.
And here's what it is. Here's what it is. Let me tell you this. Let me say this, and I'm gonna let y'all talk because I know I'll be long winded as a motherfucker. But here's what it is, right? Just like I said, let's say right now, Tri-Coastal, Corner Boy, Villa Coola, all just jumped up and said, we're going to take us a little caravan out there to Kitty's property. And we're going to make sure that we're going to plant us some sack potatoes before we leave. That's it. That's all it takes.
It's too much work.
That's all it takes.
Say what, Judge?
I said it's too much work.
I can't do all that, man. I just go buy me some taters from the grocery store.
And then what? See,
about to be null and void.
And see, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because see, this is how we would make sure that the grocery store wasn't null and void. What we would have to do is we'd have to make sure that there's a grocery store popped up in Arkansas. They got all of our potatoes and tomatoes and peppers and everything else, and call up Master P and tell that nigga, hey man, we them processed chips ain't no good, but we'll still sell your chips in our grocery store. We'll still sell your cereal in our grocery store.
We need a grocery store here. We don't even have a fucking grocery store here. I have to travel to grocery shop.
Yeah, see? I know. I be hearing Shanika cousin them. They be talking about that. Y'all gotta go to work. Y'all gotta go to
either to Magnolia or Texarkana, and 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna go to Texarkana because Magnolia prices are so jacked up because they know we coming to see them.
Because they don't want. Yeah, close around. Yeah.
See, and let me ask you this: how long do you honestly believe if we sat up there, if we didn't have nothing but a goddamn shack that we was putting fucking produce in for people to come and build, how long do you think it's gonna be before that shack become a true building and that building become a true grocery store? It ain't gonna be long.
Our people just don't.
We talking about shit that we need as a people.
You got to think about those people on the outside looking in and doubting that we can do that. Once we start doing that, the white man ain't got to do shit. Our people gonna come and fuck up our shit. They gonna come break in. They gonna come arson. And I know this
Well,
for
hold
a
on now,
fact because
Kitty.
my grandmother had my grandmother was one of 3 Black-owned restaurants here for 13 years, and she spent a majority of her money fixing shit.
Fixing shit, and see, that's another thing too. Until we start policing ourselves, we ain't gonna never amount to shit. Just like what Kitty just said, her grandmama was one of 3. Well, 3, and you mean to tell me one of 3, and we couldn't protect all 3 of them from ignorant niggas? Think about that shit. Think about that shit. And all it took was a couple of cameras and somebody to go out there and whip somebody's ass with a baseball bat one time. Bet your ass won't come over here and do that shit again.
Now I don't want to discredit the gangsters in the hood because they did go hard behind my grandma. Some of them, if they could catch it, but they weren't always able to catch the mischief.
Right. And that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what come up with that police and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes a lot of you niggas need to get your ass beat behind other niggas doing dumb, ignorant nigga shit. Ain't no reason in fuck. There is no reason in fuck that anytime there's a riot or there's somebody having some shit stolen, it's always, if it's a black corner store, if it's a black grocery store, if it's the black restaurant, if it's the black this, the black that, niggas go tear that shit up first. But leave the white man's Walmart standing. You niggas love Walmart. So much that y'all love Walmart so much that even in California, Walmarts ain't even getting shit stolen out of them like the goddamn department stores are. That's how much y'all love Walmart. We can't even get a goddamn grocery store. I can't get a Sanford and Son grocery store, and you niggas is up in here stealing chips. Fucking ignorant ass niggas, boy. You could go your ass up to Walmart and Sam's and go rob they asses and bring that shit to the Sanford and Sons grocery store so we could sell it. That's what they do to us. Kill us, rob us to sell us the same shit we was already producing. Ain't nobody even thinking about that goddamn shit, man.
Them big facts. Them big facts.
Because we so fucking caught up in the tradition of niggas ain't supposed to have shit. Niggas can't build nothing. Every time a nigga builds something, it get tore up by other niggas. And niggas be proud of that shit. Like, and then what be killing me too is that niggas be hollering culture and shit. What culture you got when you tearing your own people shit up all the goddamn time, including your family's name?
And that goes back to what I was saying. For some odd reason, our people are jealous hearted. A lot of our people are envious. For example,
and no reason. For no reason.
I didn't get bullied because I was a fat kid. I didn't get bullied because I was just obnoxious. I got bullied because they thought my people had money.
Right. Me too. And that'd be some of the worst shit ever, right? Yo, you dumbass niggas is living in fucking filth and disgust. And because somebody's daddy said, I ain't gonna keep living filthy and disgusted. I'm gonna give me a decent house. I might not be able to move all the way out the hood, but I'm gonna give me a decent house for my family. All of a sudden now, all his kids gotta go through the fact that daddy made some shit pop for the family. And now all the niggas who live in filth is mad because y'all think y'all better than us. Nigga, I live 2 blocks away from your sorry ass house. How am I better than you?
That's one of the reasons, you know what I'm saying, I think Cecil became such a icon because he fought so much and whooped niggas, because we lived in Texarkana. We lived in between, our street was in between 2 sets of projects. But
yeah, I remember you telling that.
Yeah, but my dad had put a second story on it. He added that and pulled a basketball court in the backyard and across the street. So, you know what I'm saying, I know niggas thought we was, you know what I'm saying, silver spoon. I had to fight a little bit, and I think Cecil just acted out and just he started his own game just so motherfuckers just wouldn't think, you know what I'm saying, we was, you know what I'm saying, no squares or nothing. But like, yeah, we had to go through that.
And think about that, Rip. Think about that, bro. Think about what you're saying there. Y'all, your daddy taught y'all how to get something and make something of it. And all the niggas around said what your daddy built, it was too good for you niggas. And then what that do to y'all psyche? That made y'all say, well, we need to be as filthy as the other niggas around here. Even though daddy built everything, we need to be as filthy as the rest of these filthy niggas.
I used to, and all my friends from 15th Street, I used to bring out all the musty, dirty niggas in my mama house in my room, and you know, so walk them through the kitchen and let them drink up the Kool-Aid and the sun brewed tea.
I got the same story, my nigga.
And let me ask you this. Let me ask the both of y'all this. I'm just gonna ask this. Which one of them filthy, dirty niggas took your daddy or your grandmama's motherfucking your daddy or your grandmama's leave and said, I'm gonna do exactly what they did?
Not now one of them.
Not a fucking one of them. And then we sitting up here and we talking about the shit because know this. Me and my brother come from some shit like that too.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that
Daddy sat up there. My daddy. I'm standing in front of my daddy's house right now, Rip. I'm standing in front of my daddy's house right now. And I'm going to tell you something. My daddy had two of every motherfucking thing. Houses, cars, and every motherfucking thing.
Right.
You understand me? Everything that me and my brother learned, we learned from our daddy. But you know what? Just like y'all had some filthy niggas. Y'all niggas think y'all niggas think, oh, no, nigga, I don't think I'm better than you. I don't.
Check this out, though.
There's no such thing as better. And there's no...
I just want to say this. The reason I keep bringing up the envious shit, y'all, I'm going through that shit right now. I came back home, and what you're saying is absolutely correct. For some odd reason, our people feel like we don't deserve the best. I get up, I put on some clothes, I go to one of these stores around here. Guess what they ask me? Oh, you must finna go somewhere fancy. As if I have to wait to go somewhere fancy to wear something nice.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Our people mentality is fucked up. It's mental illness at this point because these are people I grew up with. And here it is 20 plus years later. They still think like this.
And here's the thing on that, right? Instead of saying, oh, girl, I like that outfit. What'd you do to get it? Let me figure out how I can get it too. Can you show me? You know what they rather do? Let me go and wait for this motherfucker to get home. I'm gonna find out where she live, and I'm gonna take everything she got.
Oh, it's so stylish.
How you doing, bro?
Nah, you know what it is?
Okay.
I need to
I got a whole boutique. Instead of them ordering the exact outfit from my boutique, they will go and find somewhere in China where they can get it cheap.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's all.
Exactly. They'll go. They'll go and go patronize somebody else.
Well, we as long as they don't change the price point and screw all that up.
Oh shit. All right. Yeah, well, signing off, Tri-Coastal Radio. As y'all can see, we're in a little bit of a disarray at this moment.
It's all
But
good.
again, my name is 45. To the bottom of me is my brother Judge. To the left is the great Dean Manuscript and, you know, our pretty kitty Sangs. This is what it is. Tri-Coastal Radio.
I got one more question. Do that avatar really look like me?
Hell no.
Nope. Bye-bye.
But y'all thought it was, though, niggas. Bye.
Nope.
Bye.